Hey guys, welcome back to another Bricks FM video. Today we're gonna go into everything Deadpool Wolverine, so there will be spoilers on this video. Um, and we're also gonna talk about at the end the news we heard this weekend. There was a lot of news coming out of San Diego Comic Con, so stick around and hope you guys enjoy. So, to get started, we saw Deadpool Wolverine Thursday night, opening night. So. Um,
I bought 2 popcorn buckets.
the metal one from Cinemark. I have a few of these from Cinemark. They're really nice.
Unfortunately,
the
because
one,
we did go to Cinemark.
yeah,
Oh, you can finish. I was just gonna say, because we did go to Cinemark, unfortunately, they did not have the freaky bucket there.
nope, they did not.
We're not able to get the freaky bucket. And
Yeah.
that's tragic. But you know
It's
what?
going for like $100 on eBay.
Yeah,
so.
I guess we'll just have to buy it for $150 on eBay.
Yeah. The taxi's pretty cool though. Are you gonna leave it in the box?
Yeah, I'll leave it in the box. That's the first time I've ever gotten a popcorn bucket that's in a box like that.
Oh really?
I've never seen that before. Where
They
like,
did
put
that
the
with
popcorn bucket-
I've seen it before. I don't remember which one they did with, but I've definitely Cinemark's done it before with something.
And everyone in the comments, let us know if you want us to do a tier list video on the Deadpool popcorn buckets. I would actually do. I would actually
That'd be
do
a good
that.
video.
That would actually be kind of. That would
Yeah,
actually
great
be
video.
kind of fun.
Because it's actually crazy. There are enough popcorn buckets to do that. Like it's actually.
There's like what, like 15 popcorn buckets. You could totally.
No,
do
there's a
that.
lot. We could also do the
Popcorn
cups too.
buckets.
There's a bunch of cups. No, I'm so down for that, dude.
leave a comment if you would like to see us do a tier
Yeah.
list on the Deadpool popcorn buckets.
So, going into this movie, obviously a year ago I was a little bit worried for this movie, based on how Marvel's track record has been going. For those who have seen it, obviously it's a good movie. I definitely liked it. But there's something I'm hearing on every video, every take for this movie is, does this save Marvel? Now, in my opinion, absolutely not. I think it's okay. This is a different thing. All I'm gonna
Guys,
say
the
is,
next
listen.
movie is Captain America 4. That's the next
No,
movie.
listen. I want that movie to be good, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I'll let you go. But I'm gonna say this: for this movie to have saved Marvel, you can't have the cameos and the fan service. I love that stuff though. Like I did enjoy it. I thought this movie integrated it well. But I'm just saying, dude. Like back then, dude, the prime Marvel stuff, it was relying on storytelling and writing. So, that's all I'm gonna say.
Do we want to save the whole doesn't save the MCU topic for maybe at the very end after we talk about RDJ? Because I actually think that kind of ties into it.
We could, yeah. I thought we could definitely go into the movie, just kind of like.
But
yeah, what we thought. Obviously, as I said, spoilers. Initial reactions, though. I mean, I was sitting right next to you, so when you were watching that.
Yeah. So coming out of this movie, I really loved it. I really, 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 really liked it. I thought it was really funny. I really liked the action scenes. I thought a lot of the jokes worked. I thought the acting was really good from Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, which I think that no matter what is going to be a given. But then I thought about the movie more, and I think the movie is written pretty badly in terms of the plot. And I know some people are going to defend it, saying, well, it's a parody, so what do you expect? I don't think that's a good excuse, because we've seen plenty of superhero parodies that are written very well, including the first 2 Deadpool movies, so saying, well, it's a parody, it doesn't have to be written well, I think is bogus. This movie, obviously, you can tell by the trailers, and I think we're going to spoilers, right?
Yeah, full spoilers. Last warning. Yeah.
The Time Variance Authority is very, very pivotal to the plot of this movie, and anything that has to do with them in the MCU is usually incredibly, incredibly wonky and messy and convoluted, because for anyone who hasn't seen Loki, the Time Variance Authority essentially breaks the MCU entirely in terms of, like, its world building and its plot and all the time travel and multiverse shenanigans that go on with it. I thought a lot of the cameos were fun, but thinking about them more, I don't think they really added much, especially compared to No Way Home, which I think is still the best example of how to do this, to the point where those cameos aren't even really cameos, because those characters are just pivotal to the movie themselves. And yeah, I guess we could get more into it. But my overall thoughts is, I started here. I thought about more. It's more like here. I think this movie is, I would say, movie I really enjoyed. I still really enjoy it, but I'd say on an objective level, I'd almost give it probably an average to maybe even below average score in terms
Yeah.
of the writing quality. There's a lot to like about it. I think it's fun to watch, but I think when you think about it, the plot really starts to break down. And I think, despite being a comedy and despite being, multiverse, I think a good example is actually, I don't know if anybody has seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. That movie deals with multiverse stuff, too. And that movie is also very much a comedy movie in many areas, but I also think it hits a lot of the beats and it makes a lot more sense. So,
Yeah.
but TLDR, I like the movie. Don't think it was written very well, though.
For me, I really liked it, and I don't listen. The thing with writing for me is like, I think this is one of those scenarios where like it doesn't have to be spot on for me. I went in this movie expecting sort of a mess. I went in expecting Ryan Reynolds' like project of putting stuff together, and I will say like, dude, our theater was popping. Like people
Yeah.
were happy, people were excited, and it's just a nice refresher to.
I
Now I
will
don't know
say,
if people being obnoxious is great, but like in
if
general, I am liking seeing how people are reacting to this movie.
yeah, if you just want to see, if you want to see this movie just to see Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds like have fun for
Yeah,
two
dude.
hours, you'll like.
I
this
mean, they
movie.
nailed that aspect
You'll
of it.
really like this movie.
The fight scenes are great. The car scene is crazy.
No,
Um,
I love the opening scene. Even though it doesn't really make sense why it's happening, but
yeah,
I did really like it. I guess we could get into why I feel like it doesn't make sense because people are probably gonna want to know why I said that. So
yeah. So I
um,
will say the opening scene's great.
yeah.
I honestly like that gave me a feeling that this movie's gonna
Well,
be.
I
I'm gonna
I
enjoy
told
it.
you I was like I
Yeah.
already like this more than like 90% of the MCU just from the opening scene. But
As
again,
the dance was going on, dude.
yeah,
Yeah, he
I
looked at me. He's like, "This is gonna be good." So
now it doesn't make sense why he's trying to find Logan's dead body when he has access to time travel, but
yeah.
um,
So
you
the
know,
whole thing with the time travel device. Now they do show it in this movie. It is
yeah.
referenced right after this scene.
Well, he takes it from the TVA guy, and when he's in the TVA, that's how he's able to get
Oh,
there.
you're talking about that one.
Yeah, he snatches it
But you were
from
talking about
the.
the one in
No, not the one from Deadpool 2. Just he
oh,
takes the TVA little thing from he snatches it.
that is true. Although part of me thinks they probably didn't. I mean, no, I know it's not greatest writing, but I probably didn't want to do it because they wanted to leave Logan alone. Like they didn't want to.
I know they didn't want to do it, but it's still like it
Yeah,
is still a
that's
writing
probably why
problem.
they didn't do it.
It like regardless, it is still like an issue.
Yeah,
Like, but I did like the scene, and I think all they had to do is just not give Deadpool the access to time travel. I think,
yeah. Um.
and then that would have fixed that.
So what I'll say going for the cameos. First off, we see the Wolverine. We see Henry Cavill as Wolverine. I thought
Yes, the
that's pretty
cavalry.
crazy.
Yeah, we got to see comic accurate Wolverine. We got to see we
Yeah,
got to see
I
like
think the
Wolverine.
shock value for a lot of these cameos is more. I'm shocked that the actors actually came and did the
Yeah.
cameos. Henry Cavill, I was shocked. But the one I was most shocked about is the next one is Chris Evans coming back.
Is that foreshadowing for what the news we got this
So
week?
I don't know. I truly think Chris Evans might be tapped out.
I don't.
But
I think he might have realized he isn't really as big of a movie star as he maybe thought he was,
I mean,
because he's a great Captain America. He's great as Captain America, but you look at his like kind of I am like his like filmography past that, and he really hasn't been. I mean, the last like big movie he was in was Lightyear, and that movie flopped. So I
the
wonder if that's why he like agreed to coming back. I think he's
I will
great
say
as Captain America, but I don't know how good his
I don't know
story.
why. As someone who watched those Fantastic Four movies all those years, I really did not expect the Flame On thing to happen. I don't know why I didn't think of it. Like it didn't cross through my mind. I don't know if you thought of it or saw it leaked or something, but I
I
went in this movie having known nothing. I didn't see any spoilers. So if I'm just saying, as someone who grew up with those movies, it was definitely really cool. I think that was probably my favorite cameo, just because I've watched those movies so many times. So
It was
definitely
cool to
really
see
cool.
them.
It was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
cool to see all the characters that showed up. I guess we might as well go into the other characters that show up too.
Yeah. So,
Um,
We
One
get a
of
lot
which
of
I'm
time
very
pass
confused
by.
about, but I'm very confused about why one of them is there, but we'll talk about that after.
So we do get a bunch of cameos all at once. This movie is more of like a. I will say I thought the pacing was. I didn't think the pacing was too bad. I thought it was all right.
I
I
thought
mean,
it
I
was pretty
never
good.
felt bored at any moment. But the big one. Okay, so obviously the music that they play, the biggest cameo probably is Blade. When he
Yeah,
walks out, dude, that was really good. Like they nailed that. I thought. I was shocked that he came back.
the one
I
and
love the
only
scene.
Blade.
Yeah, no, I love the scene where he's like, "There's
uh,
only ever going to be one blade," and then
and then he just looks at the
Deadpool
camera. And is
winks
like,
to the camera, dude. That's
I mean,
funny,
honestly, given how the
dude.
production's going for Blade, he might be right. There might only
That
be
might
one
hold
Blade.
up. Exactly, exactly.
Um, so here's my thing. So, should I just say the other cameos?
Yeah, yeah, go for it, go for it.
So we learn in the movie that there's like a resistance, because so pretty much plot is, um, I guess to say it really quickly, Deadpool learns from Paradox that his universe, because of the death of Logan, in Logan. Now, to be honest, I'm already confused about that. The more I think about it, because were there any indicators at all that Logan and Deadpool were in the same universe? Because I always thought they were separate continuities. I always thought they were not in the same one.
You mean like the Fox universe?
Yeah, because remember, like, well, because the Fox universe is like 50 different universes. Because like, remember in
Yeah, I know they
Logan,
did. Yeah.
Logan's like a post-apocalyptic, like all the humans are dead, right? That's like kind of the whole point of Logan is like it's a
When
really
did
kind of
Deadpool 2 come out?
2018.
2018. So it would have been after Logan.
Well, what
Um,
I mean is like I always thought they were separate continuities because in Logan, like the whole point of that story is like there are not even a lot of humans like mutants left. Like that's why
yeah,
it's like a post-apocalyptic, like really like almost super depressing version of the X-Men universe. So for me, the reveal that is in the same continuity as Deadpool was really confusing because in Deadpool they never mention it,
again, I
and
think it's
Deadpool
more
is mutants
just
all over the place.
I think it's more just I don't know. I honestly like this is a movie where I don't think they want you to think too hard on it. Like it's stuff like that. I do agree with you though. It's definitely I was a little at first I was like the same way, but
Well, that's so confusing though, because like
yeah, it is. It's a
those
little bit.
universes don't. It does. It never made sense. So also, do we want to talk about the whole idea of an anchor person in general? Because I think it's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we could talk about the fact that they don't want you to think about it, but it doesn't matter because setting up something like that affects the entire MCU. The
Hmm.
idea that so pretty much in Deadpool 3,
I think it will. I think they're gonna bring that back. I don't think it's
I
gonna be
think
something.
it's a stupid idea though. So
I
pretty
mean, I
much the
don't
way
know.
it works is there is now something called an anchor person. So when your anchor person dies, it causes your universe to get destroyed
Hmm. Yeah.
slowly. And what Paradox tells Deadpool is he wants to essentially speed up the process. And for some reason, which they never actually kind of explain. I mean, they kind of explain it. He tells Deadpool all of this, which is kind of stupid to tell Deadpool any of this in the first place. But so the anchor person thing to me is really stupid. So now what does that mean?
Do
Because
we know who the anchor person is for the the
no,
main?
and
I've
it's
heard
stupid.
leaks, but I think it was changed. I think we were
I don't
supposed to.
think I don't know if they're honestly, Andrew. I don't know if they're ever going to bring up the anchor person again. I think it's
I
something
think they
they
are.
created just for this movie.
No, I think they are.
Because
I'm confident. I think they will.
so the idea that essentially if one person dies in your universe, which is inevitable that someone would die because everyone dies.
Isn't there a concept like this in
And
Spider Verse? Or no, maybe not.
there's canon events, but that's we could talk
That's
about canon events, but this is more ridiculous than canon events because this is saying if one person in your entire universe dies, then your entire universe gets destroyed. That
yeah.
this is even worse because like so what if like okay so what if like because everybody dies of natural causes anyway, so does that mean every single universe is destined to get destroyed? I don't think they had to introduce that concept in the first place, but it turns
The
out like
yeah. I don't know.
it turns out Logan is the anchor person, which to me also so lots of people said that like there's some people saying that like Deadpool desecrating the body of Wolverine was like disrespectful to his death in Logan. I don't agree, But I will
Yeah,
say,
I actually did
now
like it. I'm not
it
gonna
is
lie.
canon that Logan's death doomed that entire universe, at least
Yeah,
until Deadpool fixed it. So
yeah.
when Logan had his self-sacrifice in that movie, he doomed his entire universe to get destroyed. That to me is a problem, more than like the jokes about Logan's character. Because now you're telling me that like that heroic sacrifice doomed his universe. I don't know how I feel about that. Um,
Yeah.
Again, we could say it's jokes all we want, but these are things that affect previous movies and also future movies. So, um, that's the
So
problem with Deadpool being in the MCU is now what it introduces will affect the rest of the MCU going forward.
yeah. Um.
Like,
Yeah, it's definitely a messy thing. I guess we just gotta hope they don't treat it like a celestial situation where we actually see it again. Although it is confirmed we're supposed to hear about that
well,
in the next.
I have another question though. What if the anchor person isn't born yet? So
I
like,
guess it's just. I mean,
so so
I
how does
don't
the
know.
universe exist then? If again, this is why the TVA and all the stuff surrounding TVA is always ridiculous. They always introduce these concepts and make no sense. So I know that like Logan's been around for a while, but let's say so like did his so like so how does it work? So you just like there is a destined fate that an anchor person will exist at some point in time, and if he ever dies, your universe will get destroyed. Is that how it goes, or is it like there is always? So is there like multiple? Is there like an anchor person, and when that anchor person dies, is there a new anchor person? Is there's just one guy,
We
one
didn't really see the
person who's
concept
your
played
anchor
out that much.
person, and then
We
like
didn't really see much on that.
yeah, it's kind of
So
it.
from what I
It's
heard,
a
I'm pretty sure this idea was supposed to be explored more. I think they're
honest.
gonna do it with Secret Wars, but we'll see.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
concept is really, really
We'll
ridiculous.
we'll get off of that because it is messy. The more you think about it.
But
So what
yeah,
was
so
it?
I guess, but
What did you think about Cassandra Nova?
I thought she was fine. I guess the one thing is her motivations kind of changed on a dime.
Yeah, sure.
Um,
You think she's in the Acolyte? I think.
yeah, she's a lot like May from the Acolyte, except at least she is, at least she is a crazy villain person in this movie, unlike May, who is a tragic hero. And according, this movie is way better than the Acolyte. I can tell you that right off the bat. But I guess because I was gonna sum up the plot to get into the cameos because I never actually talked about the cameos. So pretty much, Deadpool is like, oh, I gotta find a new Wolverine. He goes to all these different universes, and then he finds a Wolverine at a bar who is drunk and all that, and he takes him, and then he brings him back to Paradox. And Paradox is like, you brought me like the worst Wolverine, blah blah, and all that. And it's like you can't just put him in your universe, and all that stuff. And then they get pruned and they get sent to the Void. Um, and we learn in the Void that essentially Cassandra Nova is like the boss of the Void. She is in
Yeah.
control of the Void. We meet Chris Evans as a Human Torch. And then he goes Pyro. Oh, we get a little fight between Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Yeah, that was
Which
cool.
I was kind of hoping for a bit more of that, to be honest.
Yeah, he
It was
doesn't
very
not.
quick.
It's kind of. It was very fast. It was.
We get Human Torch. He goes Flame on, but the thing is, because Pyro, his whole ability is Pyro doesn't like create fire. He can manipulate and control fire. So Pyro shows up and essentially just like easily takes out Human Torch, which I like because that's how it would work. Pyro would easily be able to do that. And then they get taken to Cassandra Nova in a giant Ant-Man, it's a giant, essentially like rotting, decomposed Giant
Yeah.
Man corpse, which is kind of cool. And Deadpool makes a pretty funny joke about Paul Rudd's aging and all that.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, I wish that wasn't in the trailers, dude. Like, I
yeah,
watched like the
there's a lot of
first two
things I wish
trailers,
were in the
but
trailers.
dude, I went and rewatched the latest trailer. They literally spoil
Yeah.
like a lot. I don't know.
But so a bunch of stuff happens, and we learn that there is a resistance, in the Void. Now, this was another question I had watching it that I didn't really think about. So, this is the same Void as Loki, right?
I'm gonna assume so.
I'm gonna
It looks different though. It is different.
My only question is like, why was there? Now I know that this is obviously something that came after, but like, it's really weird because there's like no mention of Cassandra Nova or any of that stuff in Loki. Because there's like an entire underground like army of Lokis.
So this takes place after Loki 2. And
I guess
I'm
because there's time
thinking,
shenanigans, you could kind of headcanon something.
I'm gonna let that pass. Honestly, dude.
Yeah,
I think that's
is just a question I had.
Yeah.
But
It's valid though. It is, yeah.
so we learn. Oh yeah, and we get a really cool fight between them in a car. And this is
That was
something
really good.
else.
In the Honda Odyssey.
So you saw that final trailer, right?
Yeah. I
And
rewatched it. I mean, which
that
one? I
final,
watched it was the one with all the emotional stuff.
yeah. So that final trailer gives off the idea that this movie is going to be a fun, goofy movie, but there might be a bit more hair, there might be a bit more heart here. And I will say the first two Deadpool movies do have a lot of heart in them, especially the first
Yeah.
one. They are
The first one
that's
for
the
sure.
thing. That's why I don't really get the whole "it's a parody, it's a joke" argument and all that, because the two Deadpool movies did have a lot of serious moments.
I will say though, the fact that this
comedy.
was even made is crazy though. At the end of
It
the day.
is. But I don't think the movie really fulfilled that promise of having some really serious emotional beats. Pretty much all the emotional beats you see in that final trailer are the emotional beats you get in this movie.
And I think this movie does do a decent job. I mean, listen, you get Deadpool, you get the same Ryan Reynolds character you've been getting, but I
Yeah.
think the other movies are more Deadpool movies. This is more of a Fox. I mean, it's Deadpool and Wolverine, So,
Yeah.
I definitely like what they did, though. I really like this movie. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's. Listen, this is a great refresher.
No,
I did
I
not
like
watch
this. Listen, I
Marvel.
like this movie too. I like this movie
Yeah.
too. There's a lot of problems with it.
So
But
currently the Rotten Tomatoes is a 79 audience score and a 97.
really, it's 79.
Or no,
That was
no. Sorry, 79 critic score, 97 audience score.
I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much a fight in the car, all that. Then we meet the Resistance, and the Resistance consists of Blade, played by Wesley Snipes, Elektra by Jennifer Gardner, Gambit by Channing Tatum, which has some really funny jokes.
That was really good. That was funny, dude.
The one that confuses me, because of stuff we talked about earlier, Laura, from X-23 from Logan. Now,
I don't think it's the same one.
I'm confused.
It's
Is
not
it
the
or is
same.
it not? Because with the way this movie ends, I'm really confused because this is why they shouldn't have made Logan in the same universe as Deadpool because she references a bunch of events from Logan. And we see her at the end with like Wolverine and Deadpool and all that. So that kind of I kind of thought, this is that
I don't
version.
think it is the same version from what I'm
So
saying.
are there just two X-23s chilling in that universe then?
I think it's an X-23 variant. Because the X-23, wouldn't X-23 still be in the other universe?
She'd be in Deadpool's universe.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why she wouldn't be in the
So
Void.
that's the thing. I'm confused because, well, okay, so trying to headcanon it because they do not explain it at all where she's actually from. I just assumed, she is the same, and they just wanted her in the movie. Maybe what happened is the TVA did the same thing they did with Deadpool, and she also got sent to Void. I don't know. I actually think it kind of hurts the cameo if she's not the same one.
No, I think it actually helps it. I think simply because they play it off. I felt as they played it off as, I know I'm not the exact person, but she still provides the support for Logan in that one scene with the fire. I think. I don't know. I thought they treated it as I know she's not the exact X-23.
But she even has the same glasses though. She uses
at the same time.
glasses.
This isn't even the same Logan, so it's
she has. Well, remember she pulls out the glasses too from Logan. When she's fighting Juggernaut, she uses the glasses. She wears them.
I mean, at the
Those
same
are,
time though.
So is she So it's from a version of Logan that's not the Logan universe.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
Okay, but in that case, then why doesn't Wolverine just grab one of those Logans? And then
I don't know.
wait.
I think this is more just I don't know. Dude, I'm being so honest. I don't think it went that into depth. I felt that it wasn't.
That's a problem though.
I guess it's stuff like that. I guess might be my only issues. I wish they went a little more in depth. But at the end of the day, dude, it wasn't a huge deal for me at least.
I guess my question is does the cameo have that much of an impact if it's not even the character we saw in Logan? Because that's to me
I mean, I think it almost does.
Because
I think they want you to let be Logan. I think that's the biggest issue. I think Logan definitely. A lot of people were dragging this movie down. Now, for me, it didn't affect me that much, but a lot of people were dragging this movie down because of its connection to Logan. I don't
Yeah,
think they want. I think they want to let Logan be. I think she is a completely different variant who has experienced similar things to what happens in Logan.
I guess what I'll
And
say is if they
yeah,
wanted to let Logan be, then they shouldn't have done anything with Logan.
I'm in.
If they
I'm
wanted
in.
to leave it as they literally
Dude, come
made it
on,
in the
bro.
movie that the entire crutch of the plot has to do with Logan dying. That's like
Yeah,
what kicks the entire plot is that Logan died.
yeah.
Um and so that had me confused though cuz they every single line pretty much every single line of dialogue coming from her gives like is meant to incite the feelings of like Logan and what happened with Logan and the relationship she had with Logan in Logan, even though these two people actually never had a relationship until Wolverine is just some random girl that is talking to him.
But I think it's
I,
supposed to be like the symbolism.
I would have preferred if this version of Logan is a Logan that lost his X-23. That could
That
have
would have been
even
cool.
been what caused him to be so depressed is that his X-23 died.
That would have been.
That would have
That
made
would have
this
been really
scene way
good.
more impactful.
Yeah, that's
Because
valid.
honestly,
Do we
I
know
think
what happened to that version of Logan's X-23 or no?
no. For all we know, he probably didn't have an X-23 in his. I I don't know. How do you feel about Wolverine's backstory for why he's the most depressing Wolverine? Because I didn't think it was
I mean,
enough. I don't.
so let me try to remember. I'm pretty sure it went like there was a huge threat. All the X-Men died, and then he was drinking, so he missed the fight or something like
And then
that.
I think he went on a killing spree or something
Yes,
after that.
yes, yeah.
I
It I don't know. I
I think
kind of
you
like
could.
what you said before. I think that would have been a really good idea.
I honestly, part of me wanted this version of Wolverine to be the one from X-Men Origins.
Dude,
That
that would have been
I
fun.
I think that would have been great if that's the one from the least liked
I'm
Wolverine movie.
shocked they didn't remake the scene though. I really thought they would.
Well, they had it right there because remember the end credit scene for Deadpool 2. He goes to that. Well, he sees that Wolverine.
Yeah.
You could have literally picked up right then if you wanted to. But so then we also get here's the thing with the cameos. I think they're cool, but I kind of wish there was a bit more to them.
I
Like
mean,
we honestly don't even know
yeah.
what happens to them at the end. The only one we actually know the fate of is X-23. We literally don't know what happened to the rest of them.
What happened with X-23?
Well, she's in Deadpool's universe, hanging out with them. At
You're
the
right.
end of
She
the
is.
movie.
She's at the house. Yep.
Which again, that's why I'm confused because does that mean there's two
That means
X-23s
there's
in that
has to be
universe
two
now?
then. That's true.
Would the TVA be okay with that? would, would the,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to think too
I
hard
don't.
about that.
That's
I know
also
it's
why I assumed
messy.
she
I
was
know it's
theirs because you
messy,
got
but
sent back to her universe. I don't know.
yeah,
I like.
that's valid. That's valid. Okay, but yeah, overall though, yeah, we get a bunch of fights. You do get the cool scenes. The soundtrack for the movie is great.
I like the soundtrack. Yeah.
It's on the same level as Guardians of the Galaxy soundtracks. I think. I don't know. I mean, but all the Deadpool movies have great soundtracks. If you're going to this movie, if you haven't seen it, I hope you haven't watched this video. Obviously, it's filled with spoilers. But
Also, don't watch the final trailer. Even though if you've seen this video, you've got
yeah,
more.
you're good, bro. We spoiled the whole thing. I don't know. I think. Listen, as somebody who liked the first two, this one I like it. I like it just as much. I think this probably is
the weakest
my
out of the
favorite one.
three, in my opinion.
It's your least favorite.
Out of the three, yeah. I think Deadpool 1 and 2 are better. I think some of the. I think Deadpool 1
I
and
think
2
I'd rather rewatch this one low key.
Here's what I'll
over the
say. Do you think, like, when you rewatch this, your reaction will hold up the same? Once you've seen all the cameos and you know everything that happens?
Well, I think the thing this movie does well that Multiverse of Madness did not do well. Well, Multiverse of Madness does a lot of things not well, but I think this movie did better. Is that I think there's still enjoyment to be had outside of the cameos. Like I really like the fight scenes. The
I
music's
guess,
great.
let me put it this
Um,
way. You could, like, if you wanted to watch the fight scenes on YouTube, you could just watch, they'll all be on YouTube.
I mean, I
You could
guess,
just
yeah,
watch
but I
them.
still think watching this movie is I don't know. Like I would rewatch this.
Yeah, I guess one more thing I have is, as much as I like the jokes, a lot of these jokes are going to age pretty poorly. Because they're
Yeah.
incredibly relevant to right now. To the current state of Marvel right now.
Sure.
And if you watch this movie in 10 years, or you're like, wait, you're in like 10 years, or 15 years,
Yeah.
you're showing your family Deadpool movies, they're not going to get half the jokes.
We do get a joke that's like,
Versus the first two, I think.
We know you guys are sick of the multiverse stuff. I thought it was funny, but yeah, you're right.
It's funny, but it ain't gonna age. I think the jokes in the first two Deadpool movies are gonna age a lot better because they're more specific to the superhero genre as a whole than specifically what's going on right now with Marvel. They're funny jokes. I like them, but I don't know how well they're gonna hold up in like a decade.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which might not. It's not a problem now, but in terms of talking about how rewatchable this movie will be, stuff like that, I don't know if it will, make the movie as rewatchable to me. And I think rewatchability is important in a movie, being able to watch it a second time and enjoy it.
I think this is my second favorite movie that came out this year.
It's probably my second favorite as well.
I think the only movie that I think I like better is Dune. Dune is
to me,
really
it's
good.
Longlegs. If anybody watching this likes horror, watch Longlegs. It's really good.
Yeah, Longlegs was
really
good.
creepy. It's a really creepy movie.
It's
creepy. Really good.
It's a great cinematography in that movie. There's good cinematography in this movie too. I thought they did a good job with. I will say this movie looks. I mean, listen, Deadpool 1 and 2. Some of the CGI in Deadpool 2 is rough, but then you jump into the MCU.
CGI in this movie ain't that good either, though.
I mean, I think it's better than what we've been getting, though.
The final shot of them jumping out of the bus. I mean, even when I was watching, I was able to tell that was CGI. I was like,
CGI that actually I noticed while watching, that I thought was a little rough, was the Wolverine mask.
I like
face.
Yeah.
If you rewatch it, bro, I don't know. It looks a little off at times. It looks like you're watching a video game at times with the mask on. But I don't know. It was really cool though to see. I will say, hey, this is a movie that probably nobody would ever thought would get made. It's just cool that it did.
So I guess, to finalize our thoughts, would you recommend this movie to people?
Yes, I would.
I would as well, flaws and all. I say it's a movie I don't think I'm ever going to watch it again. But I would say, if you're with a group of people and you like Marvel and you like Deadpool, and you like the Fox movies, you're going to like this movie.
If you grew up with that stuff.
Just make sure to think about it afterwards.
This movie doesn't hit the same as Spider-Man for me, because Spider-Man I was way more attached to, but
Spider-Man I think does have a lot more rewatchability to it, because I think the cameos are done. I don't even know if they're even cameos with
they're cameos.
They are to the movie, those characters.
They're not really cameos, but they're treated as,
They're treated as characters, and the thing is
exactly.
That movie follows up those characters, stories from previous,
which is really cool.
For example, as much as the cameos in this movie are cool, Blade just shows up to be Blade. There is nothing all relevant.
I'm not going to complain too much. I think it was still really cool, but
it is cool to no, it's awesome to see him. But in terms of how well you can do these things, and we've seen how well you can do these things.
Mm-hmm.
I will say the cameos in this movie are better than Multiverse of Madness, because we didn't just watch them all get their heads popped off and brutally murdered within 5 minutes. So that's a big plus in terms of the cameos in this movie. But we've seen how well you can do these cameos and these type of things with No Way Home, where you can take these characters with decade-old stories who have not been on the screen for a while, and you could continue those stories in interesting ways. We've seen that happen with No Way Home, and No Way Home did it the best, which is why I still think No Way Home is the best multiverse movie in the MCU, and honestly will probably will stay that way, because with how many cameos are going to be in Secret Wars, I doubt they're going to be able to pull that off with any of...
Alright, so we'll get over the next topic. We're not going to spend too much time on it, because I don't want to make this video too long. So obviously at a Comic-Con, a lot of news came out, so I'll start off. So we saw more of Deadpool Wolverine stuff, a lot of promotion for it, which was really cool. Ryan Reynolds and all of them were there. That was neat. The next day, obviously, was the big day. So we had the Thunderbolts. We talked about that. Obviously, the first one actually was Captain America. We had a lot into that. Now, we're going to not talk about that as much, just because we'll have time to talk about that when that happens.
We'll talk about when that comes out.
Yeah.
We'll talk about
so we had Captain America.
Enough.
We had Harrison Ford coming out. It was still cool. I don't care what anyone says. That was really cool. We had Thunderbolts. I think that the cast has potential, dude. I really like a lot of those characters, so I really hope that movie's good. Underrated character, John Walker. I hope he's good.
Are you excited to see Taskmaster again?
All right, well, that's the one character. Anyways, but and then the one they actually did a really good job promoting. There's a trailer online, or like a I don't even know if it's test footage or a trailer, but Fantastic Four got a lot of stuff.
It did
Like a
make me a
lot,
bit more
more than I
excited for
thought it would.
Fantastic Four. I still have a lot of questions about that movie, and I'm still really
Yeah,
concerned
it's
about
one
it.
I'm
But
just
it
gonna
made
have to
me a
see.
bit more excited.
I definitely am excited. I believe it's the guy that did a lot of the WandaVision stuff's doing it, right?
Oh, is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Uh,
I'm pretty sure. I
oh,
Wait. Let me double check,
oh no.
bro.
Speaking of WandaVision, where is all the Agatha All Along promotion at? I don't think they said a thing about that show. That show comes out in like 2 months.
All right. So yeah, he did work on WandaVision. Yeah. So I
Oh.
think the thing. Okay, but you gotta think of the positive though. Is the WandaVision's bright spot is the theming and the.
Did he work on the earlier? Because so this movie's like a
I don't know
60s
the exact episodes.
thing.
I know he's worked on the.
If he
On the
did some of the earlier episodes, then maybe
I'm
there's
pretty
still
sure.
hope.
Dude,
If he
those
did
first
that
couple episodes
finale,
are
then
really
there's
good.
no hope at all.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure. I know. I don't know. I don't know much about that, but I know he definitely worked on WandaVision. And for this movie takes place in the '60s, which is really cool. Um, I hope this
Different
works out. I hope
universe
it
in the
works out.
MCU, right?
You can't.
Separate continuity, right, from the MCU?
No, it's. I mean, it's gonna be a different universe.
Yeah, separate continuity.
Yeah. But they're gonna obviously play it into.
Yeah.
It's gonna connect. But anyways, I'm excited for that. You can't mess up Fantasy 4. You got to get this movie right, or else you're cooked. The big one. So after that, we get the Russo brothers coming out. They're like, "Ooh, we got the best actor in the world playing the best villain," and then yeah. So Robert Downey Jr. is back.
I'll let you go
Sure.
first.
Okay. Well, initial thoughts is I think everyone had the same initial reaction. Like, what? Like everyone was shocked. I saw a report about this a few months ago. Somebody on Twitter posted that he was in talks to return for that character, and people basically passed that report as complete garbage. That was never going to happen, and I kind of did too. Now, I don't care. I know listen. There's so many things you could say about this. You could say it's bad writing. You could say bad casting, bad whatever you want to say. But this is still really cool that he is there. Listen, most people were hyped for this. I'm still pretty hyped for this, and I actually think this is gonna be good. I actually think it's gonna be good, and I think I know how they're gonna do it. I don't think listen. I think people are thinking, oh, he's dead. He's Deadpool, Doctor Doom, blah blah blah. Listen, I don't think that's how they're gonna play it out. I'm so confident. I know how they're gonna do it, and I think it's gonna be good. And I think you just gotta trust me on this. Okay.
Okay.
So, what they're gonna do is they're gonna start it off. He's gonna be the Iron Man variant. Turns Doctor Doom. Okay, but I don't think he's actually going to be Doctor Doom. I think we're gonna get somebody else. I think the first movie is going to be. We're gonna see Doctor Doom. We're gonna get. Dude, do you think they ever bring up Kang again, dude? It's so funny, dude. Dude, everyone was talking about Jonathan Major's reaction to this. I think they're gonna play it out as he's Doctor Doom, but not the Doctor Doom. I think they're gonna do something else. I don't know. I think there's gonna be someone else playing the actual Doctor Doom, but this is still really cool. There's a lot of storylines I think you could set up if done right. Obviously, like I said, you can get a messy.
Here, I'll let you finish. Because
But this is the last part of the video, so we won't spend too much time on it.
Okay.
Comment your reactions on this. Listen, I'm hyped. I just want to see what they do, good or bad. I just want to see what happens, because at this point in the MCU, I know a lot of people are calling them desperate for this. I know a lot of people are ripping this apart. And hey, the MCU has not been great, okay? And that's a valid argument that you could say they're desperate for this. But if they can write this as good as I think they can, then I'll be excited. You have projects for potential. You have Fantastic Four. You have this. If you do, just don't mess these up, dude, and you could set something up. Listen. How do you say his name? Cillian Murphy. I think he would have been a great casting for Doctor Doom. But all right, all you.
Okay, time to be the negative one with this news. So, for those of you asking, did Deadpool save the MCU? Your answer was given at San Diego Comic-Con in 2024. No, because the fact that they have to bring back RDJ is already symbol that they are desperate. He was supposed to be done with the MCU back in 2019, and they brought him back because they need him. And I don't care, and there's no way that this was the plan originally. Because
No,
we know what the
no.
plan was. The movie was called Dynasty. This is a last-minute decision that they made because they lost Jonathan Majors, and they need something to give the MCU attention. So I wouldn't be shocked if they don't even have this movie fully written yet by this point. And I personally am really sick of seeing... We saw this with Hugh Jackman already, where he was supposed to be done, and they brought him back. And now we're seeing it with Tony Stark. So my question is, are we ever going to actually get endings for any of these characters? Or are we never... When is it actually going to be the last role for these actors? And to me, he's playing Doctor Doom, first off. I don't like that because they have not been able to do a comic-accurate villain since, like, I don't know. We got Taskmaster. That Taskmaster sucked. We got, like...
the last...
I don't even remember half the other
best
villains.
Phase 4 villains... The best Phase 4 villains were multiversal.
They were the
Spider-Man
Raimi villains.
Exactly.
So, to me, I don't even think...
Thanos is probably the last great... I like Thanos. I know he's not fully
He was the
accurate
last great MCU villain. And in terms of, like, Doctor Doom is one of the most iconic comic villains of all time, to the point where he inspired Darth Vader in Star Wars. This character you have to do right, and you're already changing him up so much by making him a variant of Tony. Listen, if they want to bring back an evil variant
of Tony Stark... This is a character that exists.
Yeah, but not Doctor... Like, yeah, like a version, not the main... This is the main Doctor Doom.
I don't think that's my thing. I don't think it is. That's his name. I don't think it is.
You don't think this is going to be the main Doctor Doom?
I'm very convinced.
Think it's a little bit like cheap then to announce him?
This is fully a marketing thing.
Don't you think it's a little bit cheap then to do that, to announce him as Doctor Doom when he's not actually Doctor Doom?
I think this is going to be. I don't think this is going to be. I don't think this is actually going to be the Doctor Doom.
Honestly, this news almost has me like tapped out already, because the reason why they're announcing this is because they know they can't. Would you rather this
though, or Kang Dynasty?
Honestly, this to me feels like such a cheap ploy to get attention back to the... Because here's the problem, Andrew. So you're excited for Doctor Doom. How many of the Avengers members are you excited to see in this movie? What's our current Avengers roster right now?
Well, let's go through. So we're going to hope that Tom Holland's back. I know that stuff gets screwy, but Tom Holland, I'm going to assume Tom Holland's going to star this as the main guy. We're going to get... Oh, God, this is where it gets rough, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, once again, it's really sad we lost Chadwick Boseman, because I did really like Black Panther, so he would have stacked up great in this universe. I mean, I know they were setting up to be a lead, but we're probably... I don't know if we're going to get a Black Panther. Do you think we're going to get... any Black Panther character in this?
I mean maybe Shuri.
Yeah, probably Shuri. I know they kind of set up so the son is named T'Challa, so they can kind of recast. But he's
that kid's a bit young to be Black Panther.
A bit young, exactly. So I don't know if they're gonna be able to do that. So I don't know. We'll probably see a Black Panther. I'm sure we'll go to Wakanda. I'm sure. We're probably gonna get Doctor Strange. And listen, I like Doctor Strange. I think the second movie's a little messy, but I still like Doctor Strange. I think it gets a little cheap, though, when every single time they need something, they just do a orange circle. But I still like Doctor Strange. Okay. Other than that, okay, we'll probably get Thor back.
You excited for Shang-Chi's grand return? Are you excited to watch Shang-Chi fight Doctor Doom?
I know you don't like Shang-Chi. I actually...
Marvel in...
Shang-Chi is somebody I would be glad to have back. And listen, there's a lot of these characters I wouldn't mind having back. I just want them written well. I want good characters. That's all.
Are you excited for Sam Wilson, Captain America, to roll down and fight Doctor Doom and say, "I'm not Steve Rogers," as he's fighting Doctor Doom?
I think he's another character I hope he's good. I really like that character. I don't know. That's just me, dude, but
so what I'm trying to get at is there's actually nothing. All they have is RDJ is Doctor Doom, really. And that wasn't even meant to be the plan in the first place.
I will say what gives me hope is they do have the Russo brothers.
They do have the Russo brothers, but remember, the Russo brothers did not write the MCU movies. They directed them.
Yeah.
They need to bring on their writing team, which is Marcus and McFeely, which I don't know if they've been announced to be part of this. Also, remember, they have way less time to write this movie.
They do. So this does come out in 2026 and 2027. They have as of now, they have 2 years to film. Well, they'll have 2 years to film, or probably, I mean, they'll film them, but they have probably 3 years to fully do everything for the second movie. So there's really not that much time.
I guess
I believe
another question,
Infinity War was like a 5 year Infinity War Endgame was 5 years.
and that's if you're not including all the setup in previous movies
Yes.
for Thanos. We have, so this movie comes out in 2 years. We have what, like maybe how many MCU movies do we have left until this one?
We have okay. So first off, we have Captain America. We have Fantastic Four, and then I think that's all that's got. I mean, I'm not counting shows. I don't know shows. Dude,
Yeah.
it's too messy. Then we have, I'm gonna assume Spider-Man 4 comes out after these movies.
Yeah,
I
because
don't
they
think
haven't
we're
said a
getting-
word about Spider-Man 4 yet.
There's no way we're getting a Spider-Man 4.
So we essentially have.
I don't know what.
We have two movies, one of which has nothing to do with the multiverse at all, to set up Doctor Doom. That's
No,
compared
that's
to
not. I
Thanos.
think there's another. I think there's more. I don't think that's it. I think there's another one. We're forgetting something.
because I don't know when Blade's coming out. They announced Blade forever, but I don't know if that's
Blade.
coming out.
Where are we?
I think it might be coming out next year, but I think it's like late next year, and that's not gonna have any tie into Doctor Doom. It's Blade. I don't.
Okay, so yeah, Captain America. Oh, Thunderbolts. That
Yeah,
comes
I
out
mean,
actually
that
before
might tie
Fantastic
in.
Four.
But like, so what? So there's like how
Dude,
much
there's a
setup-
lot coming out next year.
like movie wise.
Yes, there's. I think it's the most ever.
How much? What is?
So we have Captain America in February. We have
Yeah.
Thunderbolts in May. Fantastic Four in July. Blade is scheduled for November.
which might come out and might come out, in
And then
November.
nothing else comes out. And Blade's going to be pushed back probably to next year.
So we have 3 movies then.
And then Avengers is May 2026. There's nothing between then. There will be. And then Secret Wars is 2027. Now, Shang-Chi 2 is confirmed. Spider-Man 4 is confirmed. I think we'll get Spider-Man 4 after these two. I
Is
can
Shang-Chi
see.
2 actually confirmed? Because I've heard nothing about it ever
Yes.
since.
Oh no.
No,
There's been talks. Simu Lee has been talking a lot about it on his Instagram.
Yeah, but he talks a lot about random stuff that has.
I
no-
mean,
He-
I've heard from many
I-
sources it is happening. We're gonna get the movie. I just think
but,
I think they're waiting to promote this because they're just not. I don't think it might not even come out till 2027. I mean, who knows?
So, my question is, they have like no time to really set any of this up. This is supposed to be like this movie's supposed to be bigger than Infinity War scale wise. And here's what I'm worried about.
So I really hope they don't screw this up. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you know what
This
the
is
MCU.
Hey, this is really cool. Sorry.
So
Do you think we'll get
earlier-
this? Think we're gonna get this guy right here?
I think we will. So earlier today we asked the question: did Deadpool save the MCU? And the answer is no, and here's why. Right now, have we gotten a single good solo movie besides No Way Home that doesn't have cameos in it? Have we right now? Remember, before we got Infinity War and Avengers, we had a lot of really good solo movies to build up these characters and build up the MCU. Have we gotten any of that?
Dude, you know what I forgot about is Moon Knight.
Moon Knight is also like.
Do you think we're ever seeing him again, dude?
I don't know. But have we gotten any of that? Have we gotten any good solo movies? Like really good, like solo movies on the level of Iron Man and Captain America, in the first Captain America, and like Winter Soldier. Have we gotten any of those for these new characters? Like a really good solo film that really sets
I don't
up
think
these
so.
characters. No.
And I think
If
that's
the
the weak
MCU
part is because the MCU was built off of solo movies.
Yeah, it's not built off of cameos. It never has been. It is
Yeah.
now, and it's because they're trying to do everything they can to stay relevant. And then my question is, after Secret Wars, when they've used up every single cameo they have, which they will do, they're going to bring back everyone. They're going to bring back all the characters from Deadpool. They're going to bring back Hugh Jackman. They're going to bring back. Then what? Then what's next? What do you do after that? What do you do after you used up all your cards?
I think they're gonna completely. I think they're gonna go into a new era of mutants. I think that's what they're gonna do.
That's what they'll
I've
have
heard.
to do.
That's what
That's
they
the
want to
thing.
do. They want to go the mutant route.
What's going to save the MCU isn't cameos. It's not multiverse. It's not Robert Downey Jr. It's going to be making solid solo films to build this universe back up. They haven't done that. And they're not going to do that, at least in the next couple. Even if, let's say, even if Fantastic Four is great, even if Thunderbolts is great, even if Captain America 4 is great, which honestly, I don't think any of those are going to be really good. Especially, I don't think Cap 4 is going to be good. I don't think Thunderbolts is going to be that good. The
I
only one
hope
that
for
might
them.
be pretty good is
I hope
Fantastic
they.
Four.
I think they look
And,
more promising than what we've seen, though.
and we don't even know, by the way, if Fantastic Four is going to be part of the Avengers roster. So, even if those movies are great, you're
Fantastic
still
Four
so
almost
far
makes me
behind.
excited because it's like its own entity. Like, I don't know. I think that movie has a lot going for it, and I think listen. I know you don't like the Pedro Pascal casting, but I actually do. I think it fits.
Listen, I like Pedro Pascal as an actor. I just don't. I just think Reed Richards is a weird choice for him. Because I mean, he's great in like a lot of stuff he's in. He probably will do good. I'll have to get sold on the role, which could happen. Yeah. But pretty much what I'm trying to get at is this. I feel like this RDJ casting is kind of just like a smokescreen on how bad the MCU has really gotten and how desperate they really are. Because what's going to happen is we're going to get a cameo fest in 2026 and in 2027 with the Avengers movies, and we have no characters to really connect to besides Spider-Man, who, for all we know, might not even have a big role because he's a Sony character.
Yeah.
We have nothing to connect to. All we have is the excitement to see RDJ back in a role. And once we see that, and once we see all the cameos, what is there really? Because I don't think this movie is going to be that well written because there's no characters. Because think about it. When we saw Infinity, we had Cap, we had Iron Man, we had Thor, we had Spider-Man, we had Black Panther, we had the Guardians. We had all these characters
that movie up over 10 years.
That were built up over 10 years. We have 5 years.
We don't know what we're going to have.
And we don't even know we don't even know what the roster actually is. Yeah. We don't even know what the roster actually even is going to be. So pretty much this casting, I think, is desperate. Is just a way to be desperate. I don't even think it's good casting for Doctor Doom. I'm happy. I am gonna be excited to see RDJ back because I bet he's gonna do a good job no matter what script he's given. But I don't think this is really gonna save the MCU in any way. And I don't even know if this is good casting for Doctor Doom because what this tells me is that if this is actually Doctor Doom, he's only gonna be in there for 2 movies. Because RDJ is not going to play Doctor Doom for like another 10 years.
And I don't think he is.
So if this is Doctor Doom, we're going to get
one of the he's actually Doctor Doom. I'm convinced he's not.
But if he is, because as far as we know, he is.
Yeah, I know.
If he is, then that means we're getting him for 2 movies, and then he's done. We're getting Doctor Doom for 2 movies as a villain, and he's done. So it's like, I don't know if this is as exciting casting as really, everyone's acting like this. I think it's just a form of desperation. I think they came up with this in the last couple months because they needed someone to replace Jonathan Majors. And they needed,
100%. Yeah, this is.
They were like, what's the quickest way to get people back on the MCU's side for a villain? Oh, we'll announce Doctor Doom because people wanted Doctor Doom for a while. Oh, we'll bring back RDJ because people love RDJ. I think that was it. I don't think they even came up with a storyline for this first. I think they just cast him and now they have to, and then they had to figure out something for it. Because
we'll see.
It is, remember.
I want to keep this video under an hour.
Yeah, listen. Pretty much, I really hope it's good, but I'm not. This isn't making me feel any more like optimistic about the MCU. Yeah, that's all I'll say. I'll leave it there.
All right, well, I'll wrap it up here. Overall, though, I think Deadpool was good. I'm very happy with it. It has its small issues, but like overall, I had a fun time with it, and a lot of us did. Then I think what I can say about the future of the MCU is, listen, this movie did not fix it because you can't rely on cameos. You got to build stories, you got to build characters, you got to do individual movies. And you got to plan a story not within 2 years. I think from now on, the MCU is going to go full into whatever they're planning. I think they're fully reshooting a lot of these movies because they have to come up with a new story. But we'll just have to see what happens. I hope for the best. I want these movies to be good, but
I think if we are ever to see the MCU back in its like heyday, it'll be after this. It'll be after.
I mean, it was
they're stuck with all this craziness now, and they will need time to build back up, and that won't be till after Avengers 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, hey guys.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully I'm wrong about all this, and hopefully Avengers 5 is like the best MCU movie ever. But right now, I'm not being given much reasons to be excited. All I'm seeing is just there's still problems, and they're trying to find the easiest way to alleviate them.
Yeah.
That's all I'm seeing right now.
Well, guys, if you're new here, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. If you watch this whole hour, we do appreciate you guys. And listen. We'll be back with more videos. It might be a little bit longer now. I will be away for the week, but we got a lot of stuff planned. We actually have a new Instagram now, so make sure to follow us on Instagram, where you guys will get news on any videos coming out. And but yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys for watching, and comment below what you guys thought about anything we talked about today. And but yeah, keep the comments peaceful as always. All right, I'll see you
Let
guys.
us know about the Deadpool popcorn bucket tier list. Let us know.
Yeah,
about
no, I think we should do that. I think that'd be funny.
that. Let us know about the Deadpool
Yeah.
popcorn bucket tier list.
Dude, it'd be like a 5-minute video. Like I can't. I don't know. If we
That
can
would
talk
be.
about
I don't know. I that'd be a lot of fun.
I think it'd be fun. I would do it. All right, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.